Hello students. In the last two videos we showed you how to add integers and how to subtract integers, and we tried to do it by showing you why the answers what they are rather than just giving you a rule to follow blindly. And we're going to continue with that approach when we look at how we multiply integers. So what I'd like you to do is look at these four questions, and I want you just to think about what you think the answers are to each of those. So stop the video, have a think, and then restart the video once you've done that. Okay, go ahead and do that, please. Okay, let's see how you went. Now, the first question is one that you've been doing for the last couple of years. 4 times 5, you can think of that as being 4 groups of 5, which gives you a total of 20 things. Now, negative 4 times 5, to start with, of course, the answer can't be 20 because you can't multiply 4 by 5 and negative 4 by 5 and get the same answer. And almost every student, when I ask him to try to figure out what the answer to that is, comes up with negative 20, which turns out to be correct. Similarly, 4 times negative 5 has to be different to 4 times 5, so the best guess for that answer is negative 20, which again turns out to be correct. With this last question, because students see the negative numbers, they want to write negative 20 for that one as well. But again, if you look at the question just above it, 4 by negative 5 and negative 4 by negative 5 can't give you the same answer because you're multiplying negative 5 by two different numbers. So that has to give you a different answer. So some students, not too many, will make a guess that maybe the answer is positive 20. And it turns out that's correct as well. So on the next few pages, we'll show you why each of these answers, in fact, is correct. Okay, and I do it in terms of money and bills. So an envelope contains either money or a bill. So we consider money as positive, especially if you get it, and a bill is negative because it means you're going to have less money after you've paid it. Getting an envelope is positive. So if the envelope goes from me to you, you're better off. Giving an envelope is negative. If you give me an envelope, that's a negative because you have one less thing than you had before. So using that information, here we're going to have a situation where I give you 3 envelopes, each containing $5. So quite obviously, you're better off, and quite obviously, you're better off by $15. But here's why that's the case. First, you're getting something. So that's going to be positive. You're getting 3 envelopes, so that's positive 3. Each of those envelopes contains $5. So getting money is a positive, and therefore we can say the answer is you're $15 better off. So 3 times 5 is 15. Now, in this question, first off, you're getting something which is positive, so you're getting 3 envelopes, so that's positive 3. But what you're getting is, in each envelope is a bill, which is negative 5. Overall, once you get those bills, for $5 each, you're worse off. How much worse off are you? You are $15 worse off. So 3 times negative 5 equals negative 15. Okay, in this situation, you're giving me some money. In fact, you're giving me 3 envelopes, each containing $5. So giving is bad, so that's negative 3 because you're giving me 3 envelopes. And each of those envelopes contains $5, which we said we'll consider that to be a positive. So if you give me 3 envelopes, each containing $5, you are $15 worse off. So that situation shows us that negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. Okay, and the last situation, you're giving me something, so therefore that's a negative. And you're giving me 3 things, in fact, so that's negative 3. And what you're giving me, though, are envelopes containing 3 bills. Well, a bill is negative, so that's -3 times -5. Now, are you better off or worse off? Well, you're better off. You've just given me 3 bills. That means you're going to be $15 better off. So -3 times -5 is equal to +15. So that's the tricky one. A negative multiplied by a negative always gives you a positive. Okay, now let's come up with a simple little rule for this. So 3 times 5 we worked out was equal to 15. 3 by -5 was -15. -3 by -5 was also +15. And -3 by 5 was -15. So looking at these two problems to start with, notice if the signs are both positive, the answer is positive. And if the signs are both negative, the answer is positive. So 1/2 of your rule is to multiply integers if the signs are the same, if the signs are the same, the answer will be positive. In one case, you're getting money. In the other case, you're giving away some bills. In both cases, you are better off. Okay, looking at these two statements, so these two equations, here we have a positive times a negative. Here we have a negative times a positive, and the answer is negative. So similarly, I'll make that into a proper sentence. If the signs are different, the answer is always negative. So it turns out the rule for multiplying integers is pretty simple. If the signs are the same, the answer is positive. If the signs are different, the answer is negative. Okay, so for example, here the signs are the same, so the answer is positive, which is what you learned before. Here the signs are different, so the answer is negative. 2 times 6 is 12, so the final answer is -12. Okay, stop the video and please have a go at the remaining 6 questions, please. Okay, welcome back. Let's try this one. Negative times a positive. The signs are different, so the answer is negative. Here the signs are the same, so the answer is positive. And again, that's the tricky one because it doesn't look like it should be a positive. Here the signs are the same, so the answer is positive. Just a reminder that if you're multiplying by 0, the answer is always 0. If you're multiplying by 0, the answer is always 0. And here the signs are different, so therefore the answer is negative. Okay, we have one more operation to do, which is division, which we'll talk about in the next video.